Why do we want IRAs or other retirement accounts paying out in monthly distributions? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So I work with individuals throughout the state of Florida who are looking to become eligible for one of Medicaid's long-term care programs. That's usually either the PACE program, the Medicaid waiver program, or the institutional care program. So it's care at home, in an adult daycare facility, in an assisted living facility, or in a nursing home. Okay, that's the long-term care spectrum. And Medicaid looks at different assets differently. So money in the bank, absolutely a countable asset. Money in a retirement account has to be a qualified retirement account, like an IRA or a 401k or a SEP or a 403b or a KEO plan, right? They have all these different types of qualified retirement plans. And I use the term IRA because IRAs are kind of the most common ones that we see. And Medicaid looks at IRAs differently. If they are paying out in regular monthly distributions, then Medicaid will not count the large asset when determining whether someone is or is not eligible for Medicaid. Now, they will count the income that comes out of that asset as to determine eligibility, but we have an easier way of dealing with excess income using what's called a qualified income trust. But the large IRA, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can have in that IRA and still be eligible for Medicaid if all the other assets are protected and under a certain threshold, if and only if it's paying out in regular monthly distributions. Now, why do I say regular monthly distributions and not required minimum distributions, right? IRAs and 401ks and other retirement plans have this standard that when you reach certain ages, usually 73, but it depends on when you were born, that the law requires you, the IRS requires you to take certain distributions in a given point throughout the year, or you pay tax penalties. So every once in a while, I have people who don't have required distributions, right? I work with plenty of folks who are not elderly, but instead they're disabled, and they have these 401k plans and IRA plans and other qualified retirement plans that don't have a required distribution because they're not at the age where they need to take these distributions out. But we will have them take the distribution out anyway. We want it on a monthly basis because that's what allows us to protect that large asset. We don't want to have to cash the whole thing out, pay a penalty, pay taxes on that whole large amount, although we could. We typically don't want to do that if we can avoid it, especially when I have my clients who are in their 50s or 60s, typically, maybe even a little bit younger, and they have these retirement plans that don't have a required distribution, but we want it distributed money nevertheless, because Medicaid law doesn't say anything about required. They just want to see retirement plans with regular distributions. So again, there's other assets that we may have to protect. This video is only focused on qualified retirement plans, but this is why no matter what age you are, if you have a qualified retirement plan such as an IRA or a 401k or whatnot, we're going to want to see it pay out on a monthly basis, whether you need to or not, to protect that larger asset. And then we have other ways of dealing with the excess income. So again, if you're interested in learning more about how to protect everything you have, or nearly everything you have, and qualifying for Medicaid to pay for home care, ALF care, nursing home care, some adult daycare, anything you need to safely remain in the community or in a facility and get help paying for those things. If you're anywhere in the state of Florida, please give us a call, schedule a consultation. We're happy to help. Thank you for watching.